Everyone is asking if Israel is going to retaliate in Iran, and it's important to establish a few things before we get to the understanding and the potential of Israel actually committing a retaliatory action in Iran. Number one, the decision to retaliate is only exclusive to 3 people in Israel. It's not all of the war cabinet. It's not the Israeli government. It's Benjamin Netanyahu, Benny Gantz, and Yoav Gallant. Only 3 people. This was done deliberately to exclude more extremist figures. There was a lot of criticism about this in Israel, particularly from the far right, from Ben Gvir, from Smotrich. However, these 3 people are in charge of deciding the response to Iran. Benjamin Netanyahu already said we will retaliate. Now we have a confirmation from also Yoav Gallant, the Israeli defense minister. He told the American Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, that we have no other option but to respond, and we won't accept a new reality where we are hit by ballistic missiles. Obviously, they're on a campaign to undermine this attack. The United States told them we will not participate if you retaliate against Iran. Lloyd Austin himself told Yoav Gallant, notify us if you're going to attack, so you're on your own, clearly. We're not going to be with you. But Israel is saying that they will attack. They still haven't published anything to do with timing, the level, where. However, they said that we will retaliate. Benny Gantz was the only person with a different tone when it comes to the retaliation. Because don't forget, these 3 people have been at loggerheads since the beginning of this genocide. They even refused to sit with each other in many press conferences during the last 6 months. They hate each other, they don't like each other, they disagree with each other, they even threatened each other. Yoav Gallant, the defense minister, threatened Netanyahu previously in his office. He barged into his office, he went in, told him, next time I'm going to bring a Golani brigade to set law and order here. Imagine threatening them with a division of the IDF. Talk about the brink of civil war. And we spoke about that at the time. Benny Gantz, however, and obviously if it's exclusive to the 3 of them, then they have to agree, right? Benny Gantz was the only one who said that we need to form a coalition of response. He didn't say we're responding and it's imminent and we have to respond. Unlike Benjamin Netanyahu and Yoav Gallant, who are agreeing for once, he said that we need to form a coalition. Okay, the question is, if you don't have the US with you, who are you going to form a coalition with? Who are you going to form a coalition with? You can't form a coalition because the US is the main country supporting you. What do you think? Britain on its own and France will help you against Iran? The main military bases that can help you. Okay, you have some, for example, British presence in the area, some other country, but the US has the main bases in the countries that are surrounding Iran, and Israel relied heavily on the US for any potential retaliation. By the way, the tone that's coming from the US giving Israel a cold shoulder that we've been speaking about since yesterday is unprecedented. Because they always used to previously say, if Israel is attacked, we will respond heavily with massive threats for Iran. But clearly there's an understanding between Iran and the US with regards to this retaliation. But Israel cannot accept it, although they're trying to undermine it as much as possible. And they're getting a lot of help from many people from multiple sides. Really. So far, you had countries like US, obviously, Britain, France, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and another report saying the UAE, all of them helped intercept this attack from Iran. And funny enough, it just highlights really, I mean, if they managed to take down some of these UAVs, you see, we need to read between the lines here. What do we read between the lines? Number one, you can take military action. Number two, you're taking military action against Iran, legally retaliating for an act of aggression as confirmed by international law and international conventions against a genocidal state's military bases. Iran said clearly we're targeting the military bases. But you cannot activate one defense system. You cannot neutralize. You cannot take down one missile that's landing on top of children's heads in Gaza. How ironic. How ironic is that? So you use all of your force, all of your might, all of your military might, you spend all of this money, all of this intelligence and everything to protect a genocidal satanic death cult from a legal, perfectly legal retaliation against an attack that was carried out against their soil, consulate embassy. That's Iran in Syria. And of course, it's not the first time as well. And you won't lift a nail to try and stop Israel from landing bombs, 1.5 ton bombs on hospitals, on refugee shelters, on houses, on bakeries, on water wells, on factories, on pharmacies. You won't even condemn that. You haven't condemned that. You still don't condemn it. You condone it. You supported it completely in the beginning. Let's not forget that. We know the tone is changing slightly now, but everyone was supporting it since the beginning. Everyone should remember that very well. Supporting Israel and against a ceasefire. Everyone was against a ceasefire. The US, the British government, everyone in the government here, even the opposition, many countries in Europe, no, Israel must continue. No, they have the right to defend themselves. Yet when Iran carries out a legitimate act of self-defense, an honorable act of self-defense that is very intelligent and well calculated and non-genocidal, by the way. Their aim was calculated deterrence. Clearly achieved that successful military campaign, right? They condemn it. And these were the main things that I want to talk to you about in this video, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.